Okay, everybody. So in this video, I'm going to do a demonstration of how to use the sweep blend tool. So that's essentially this combination of blend and sweep, but in one tool. Now, the annoying thing about this tool is that you can't do a multi-segmented line. It has to be just like one line. And on that one line, then you have two shapes, and basically you go from one shape to the next shape. So what I want to do is sort of make a frame element on the left using the sweep blend tool and a frame element on the right using the sweep blend tool. And here's what I'll do. I'll do like a skinny frame here that goes up to and widens as it gets to the top and makes a nice wide frame. So the first thing I want to do though, before I do that, is do a simple extrusion, and I want to make a frame element at the top. And I want that frame element at the top to stick out just like my sill does on the bottom. So I just want it to be like a 2-inch in depth extrusion, and then it'll go out to this edge and go out to this edge, and that'll live at the top. Then I'll go from here up to that frame element. Okay, so let me go to my exterior elevation first, and I just want to see what this top one is called. Oh, look at that. It's called top, the reference plane up there. Some genius named that. It wasn't me. Okay, so I have all these other reference planes in here that I'm not using anymore, so I'm actually just going to delete them. I'll keep the side ones here because I'm going to use those. So let me go to my reference level. I just want to get some of these sort of out of the way so I can see what's going on. I'm just sort of cleaning up my model here. Okay, whatever. All right, so I'm going to go to create extrusion, and I want to go to the top work plane, hit OK. And I'll just make a simple rectangle. And I'm going to go out here from this reference plane out to this reference plane. So it's lining with the sill on the bottom. And I'll lock it to everything. So if I go to view 1, you'll see where I drew that. That's my 3D view. And I'll hit the green check. Okay, so in this case, it's going up into the wall, which isn't very nice. So I need to tell it how far to come down because I don't want to go up into the wall. This is the frame element on the top. So I need to add another reference plane to give it the height. So I'll do create reference plane. I'll do it right here. And I'll just I don't need to name this one because I'm not going to draw on it. I need it just to snap to. So I'm going to go and put a dimension string between there, the top and this one. And we can give this a hard dimension of say 2 inches. So it'll always be 2 inches, or I can give it a parameter and call it top frame depth. Okay. Now I'll take the framing element at the top that I drew and I'll bring it down from the top and snap it to there and lock it. Okay, so let's look in 3D what we did. So there we go. So now if I go and test out let me just change this subcategory to framing. Now if I go to my family types here and I can sort of play with my parameters, let's see here. Exterior sill depth, let's do 8 inches. I think that might be the back of the model, but oh, that's the front. So they both went out the same distance. Okay, so that looks good. So that's working. So INT sill depth, if I change that to 1 foot, hit apply, you can see the back went out and the back of the top went out as well. So now using the blend sweep tool, I want to make a frame element that is a nice rectangle here that fits on my sill, goes up and fattens up to meet the thickness of the top frame element here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to go to create sweep blend. Now, right up here are my settings. So the first thing that this tool wants you to do is sketch the path. So first thing I'm going to do is click sketch path, and then I'm going to set the work plane to center front back, because I want to see if I can move this. Draw a line from here up to there, and it'll be right in the middle of the wall, the center front back reference plane. So let me set that and hit OK. Now I could draw it in here, but it'd be a little annoying. So I'm just going to go to the exterior view, and I'll draw it from here. Now look what's happening. There looks like there's going to be a shape on the bottom and a shape on the top, and I'll draw it to here. All right, let's go to view 1. So there it is. So now it's saying, okay, you've got your path in there. And once I'm done drawing the path, I have to hit the green check once. Okay, I'm done with the path. The path is set. Now it's time to make my profile down here and then my profile up here. So if I go up here now to my controls for this tool, instead of sketch a path, which I could go in again and change it, I don't want to do that. I just want to do select profile 1. And I can see that this turned blue. It's very faint, but it did turn blue. So select profile 1, edit profile. Now I can draw down here and make that profile. Now I'm going to do that from the reference level. So here it is over here. And I'm going to make a rectangle from here to here. And then I'm going to lock it to all of its reference planes. Okay, I'm done with this profile. I'm going to hit the green check. Let's go to my view 1. You can see I drew that one down there. Okay, now I want to do select profile 2. This one just highlighted. Edit profile. I'm going to go back to my reference level. Now I don't need to set a work plane for where I'm drawing, because it knows that you want to draw the profile for the end of the path. So that's right where that, the end of the path is right where we want to be. So I'm going to do a rectangle from out here all the way to here. So I'm snapping to this reference line here. So it has the same thickness. And then I'm going to lock to everything. I'm going to hit the green check. I'm going to hit the green check again to finish the tool. Now let's see what we got. That looks insane, but look what we got here. Okay, so now let me grab this and say subcategory, framing mullion. Okay, so we have this crazy mullion system for our building. Now we only have one on this side. So let's play with some of the parameters. So let's see here. Sill blend height, we have at 2 inches. So that's 2 inches from the top of here. I think that's fine. Let's see, sill top width. Let's see what that does. Let me do 3 inches. If I do 3 here, I think it lines up with the thickness of the wall, which is a 6-inch wall. Let's do exterior sill depth. Let's do 1 foot. Now this is going to stick out further, and so is the bottom. See how that happened. So this frame up here is even with the bottom frame here. And this frame here is even with the bottom frame there. So this would produce an interesting effect on your windows as you move forward. So let's go ahead and add the next one over here, which I'm literally going to repeat the same thing I did here. So I'll go to my exterior. So here's that framing element. And I'm going to go to create, sweep blend. We're going to do exactly the same tool. Sketch path. I'll go from here up to here. Done sketching the path. Oh, I should check that I'm on the right. Yeah, I'm on the right center front back, so I'm okay there. But you might need to set this first. I'll hit the green check. Let's select profile 1 and edit that profile. We can't draw on this view because we're in elevation, so let's go to the reference level. Here it is over here. And I'll do what I did before. I'll draw that initial rectangle down here. I'll lock it to everything. And then I will draw the next one on the top. And I will do the same thing and lock it to everything. Lock, lock. lock, lock, hit the green check to make it. And let's see what we got. Now we have it on both sides, which is sort of interesting. My subcategory. So now we have sort of a custom window. The only thing we don't have in there is the glass, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and save this family. I'll do it on the desktop. I'll just call it custom window test. I'm just going to start a new project. Just want to see what this thing looks like. So I'll start a new default project. And I'm just going to place a wall. Generic 8-inch wall. I'll do a 10-foot segment here. And then I am going to do a 3D view so I can see what's going on this wall. I want to go back to my family and I'm going to go ahead and load this into the project. And I'll pop a wall in here. And there we go. There's our window. Now, if I look at level 1, it looks a little goofy, right? It doesn't look like it's cut through. So we need to make sure that we can see everything here. Now, let me double check how to do this. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the family. Visibility settings. There we go. Display in 3D views and plan. Front, back, left, right. Yep, that looks good. Let's do this. Let me try something. I'm just changing. Let's put this to none. And let's see if that changes. Overwrite. Okay. Just want to make sure. So right now our top frame is still showing in plan. I just want to make sure that we can turn that. I know what to do. Duh. Let's go back to view 1. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to go up to visibility settings and I'm going to uncheck plan, hit OK, load that into the project. There we go. That looks better, right? So we want the side frames to show. It's interesting that they're different. That's interesting. So let's grab our window and let's go to edit type and we can play with our parameters. Let's see. Top frame depth, that's fine. Middle location, still blend height. Frame thickness, let's do 4 inches. Okay, they both get thicker. I'm just wondering why this one's thicker. Let's look at our view. I'm sorry, our 3D view. Yeah, it looks like I should check this sweep blend and make sure it's this one looks different. So let's go back to here. I'm going to grab one of these and say edit sweep blend. And then I'm going to say select profile 1, edit profile. Here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and delete it and make a new one and make sure that it's locked here, 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 and here. Hit the green check, hit the green check, load it into the project, overwrite the existing. Don't they still look different? I feel like they still look different. Maybe it's the other one. All right, let's check this one. Edit sweep blend, select profile 1, edit profile. I'm going to delete it. Grab that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hit my green checks, load it into the project. There we go. That looks a little better. So I don't think it was initially locked, something like that. So there's our window so far. But now you can imagine, let me just make this window longer. If I had a bunch of these, let's go to level 1. Oh, copy multiple, for God's sakes. All right, let's look at that. Now, that's kind of an interesting window. That might look pretty cool on a project. Have that nice lip like that. Now, I can always go in here, edit type, and I can play with, let's do a frame thickness of 1 inch. A cool little, like, kind of side frame there. Let's do a top frame depth of 1 inch. So these kind of have like a cool hood. Something still looks wrong to me. See that? That should line up with that. That's what I'm thinking. Well, let's go check our. I'm going to give it one more check in here. I'm going to play with some of the parameters, and I think I know what it is. Let's see. Interior sill. Let's see. Blend height, top frame depth, no. Frame thickness. Don't need that one. Sill blend height, no. Sill top height. I want to know what this one is. How do we determine? Is it this? No, not that one. Let's see. Height. Where is it? Sill blend height. Sill extrusion. Width. This is it. Let's do 2. You see that? So this moved, but this didn't lock to it. So let's check these again. I'm going to go edit sweep blend, profile 1, edit profile. I'm going to go to reference level. Here it is here. So the problem is this needs to not lock to the edge of the wall. It needs to lock to that reference plane. Same with this one, not lock to the edge of the wall, but lock to that reference plane. Okay, that one's good. Green check, green check. I check this one, edit sweep blend, select profile 1, edit profile, unlock it from there, lock it to the correct thing, reference plane, unlock it from here, and lock it to the reference plane there. Hit the green check, load into project, overwrite existing. Let's see what we got here in 3D. Now these always match up. So now if I go and do edit type and change the sill top width to 8 inches, boom, they'll go way out. And these will always stay together. This frame is always tied to that width, which is really nice. So once all these windows are in, I can really start playing with them. So I know I kind of went back and forth here, but this is kind of what it takes. You make a window, you bring it into the project, make sure it behaves properly. If it doesn't, you go back into the family, mess around with it, load it back into the project, and there's this sort of back and forth. But right now, I only have that family open and this project open because I don't want to confuse myself. So we've gone through, in the family, we've gone through extrusion, blend, sweep, and sweep blend. Revolve and void forms are exactly what you think they are. So revolve, you're going to need a access line and some sort of shape to revolve around. And if I hover over this sort of shows you how that's done. And then void forms behave just like extrusions, but you can make holes or whatever in your window frame if you wanted to. So this is the revolve one, but like maybe I wanted a big hole in here that always occurs. I could do a void form or something like that. So that should give you plenty to play around with these parametric window tools. Could you make everything with just extrusions like that we did last week? Yeah, of course you could. But I wanted to show you these other tools so you can get a little more creative. Okay, so that'll wrap up parametric windows. For this week's assignment, you're going to be asked to create a window that reflects your eccentric collector in some way, and that could be applied to your eccentric collector project that you have going. All right, guys, thank you very much.